Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today, giving you the next portion of NPL Season 5. Now that we're done with the normal, not even exhibition, I don't know what you call it, but you have your normal 12 weeks, and here we are in the actual tournament, the playoffs, round 1 of playoffs, if you will. So here's how it ended up being, organized by the end of the top 8 in our 16 members of the NPL. So we have St. Louis and San Antonio. That is because St. Louis did the best, notably the best in our conference. San Antonio got in at 4th in the conference. Very close though to me, where it was a very close 1-0 victory against good ol' Riz. And by good ol' I mean get better. Anyway, so I got that narrow 1-0 victory against him, and because of that, that's what put me at 1 position over San Antonio. So that makes me against Trev. Now, winner of this faces St. Louis, actually, because San Antonio did end up taking an L after a very good battle, though, I will say. So winner of this faces St. Louis, and kind of just go from there. A little crazy. Don't know how it's going over here. Unfortunately, Toronto barely didn't make it. If he won the last battle, he would have replaced Brisbane, but instead he did not. But yeah, so those are some battles that I don't know of, but I do know winner of this will face Maddie Brolick of the St. Louis Reshiram. With that said, let's get into not standings, but this kind of helps you see what's going on. But getting back to the overview here. Fortunately, his team is right next to mine. There's one major difference to account for in his team, and that is he replaced Hoopa U with Superior. So I believe that's the only difference that I saw. I don't know if he had Sharpedo last time or not, but nonetheless, that does change up my strategy a little bit. But I was thinking a lot about my team and how I might want to change it up. This is my team from last time against Trev. Now, I had Colbur last time because I needed to take a Hyperspace Fury. However, I no longer need to do that. Things that I've learned about Trev are he likes setup mons for sure, and he also likes Trick Room on this team. So, whether that's something I can particularly account for, I'm not sure, but we're just going to have to see, I guess. So, I mean, looking at his team I still really like the idea. My computer is like going crazy. I'm sorry if you can hear that, but nonetheless, I'm really thinking of keeping my physically defensive Mega Blastoise because it just takes hits. And everything on his team with the Scald or Sphere combo that I believe I have, yes, allow for doing really well against him. One thing though, I used to have, or I do have, Signal Beam on it, and that's totally not necessary anymore. So that gives me an entirely new move option to put there. I'm still thinking of Aura Sphere as it hits Stoutland, it hits Excadrill, I mean Scald does too, but hits Sharpedo well. Sharpedo would die to it for sure. Basically, it's just, I could actually hit Zardex really well with Dragon Pulse. That's probably what I'm going to do, actually. Is it base 90 still? I forget if Dragon Pulse was nerfed. It was by a little bit, but it's 85, so I think I'm going to put Aura Sphere on here, or Dragon Pulse, because that just hits his Zard really well. I've never used Dragon Pulse, so should be helpful, honestly. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep the Fizz-Def going on here because I want this to live as long as possible. This is definitely important. I'm wondering why I put the speed investment that I did on this thing though. I really am not sure. Maybe is that like a Hoopa bulky Hoopa U set that I was trying to outspeed? I don't know, but nonetheless, I'm Just gonna put nearly max here, keep the odd HP though, and put a little insp attack just to hit a little bit harder. But yeah, that's about it. I don't really care for Flash Cannon against Aromatisse. I mean, I could make it fully offensive. I could, but at the end of the day, I think I want this thing to take some hits. This was the battle that we last had. Let's just replace that with Superior, and perhaps that's a team he'll do. I imagine he'll bring either Superior or Ferrothorn. I don't know, but last time I brought offensive Talonflame. It's going to be pretty nice again, actually, especially against Superior if he decides to bring it. It's also nice just against a lot of his team for example, Stoutland, being the offensive monster that it is, potentially. Having enough power against it could always be nice. Flare Blitz is just going to tear everything apart anyway. For those I'm going to use it against, so that's not really a worry. You could always run Scarf Drill, but like with Hippowdon, it just would make that kind of counterintuitive, to be honest. Plus his Sharpbeak Adamant nature allows for just any fast mon otherwise to be outsped. I mean, Sharpedo can still run Aqua Jet, but I guess it's something to at least account for. I do have Talonflame while he has Fletchinder, so I got the better bird there, I guess you could say. If Masquerain ever tries to set up, I do have, in the case that he's Sash, I do have T-Tar for getting rid of the Sash, and then Talonflame can come in and Brave Bird, unless he has the Cobra Berry to resist flying and perhaps live after that, but it's too specific of a scenario to really account for. By the way, my battle is going to be happening very soon, so that's what I'm doing here, going crazy. So I have 303 speed. I don't know if that outspeeds like base hundreds or something. Let's see here. Let's just take Jirachi as an example. Well, no. Apparently that's not what I'm trying to outspeed. There's Stoutland. Oh, maybe it's like Excadrill, Jolly Excadrill. I imagine that's what I was probably trying to do. I mean, not trying, it's what I did. Yeah, because it's 302. Okay. Sorry. I basically have not battled in a week and a half at this point, especially. College is just crazy. It's just everything that I'm doing now. So, let's see. Last time I ran Specs Kyurem, the idea is, did I give it a lot of bulk? I'm pretty sure I gave it a lot of bulk. The thing is, when I was thinking a little bit more about it earlier today, that like physically associated Kyurem was better because it gets access to Iron Head. I mean, it gets Flash Cannon as well, of course, but it was just nice against normally specially defensive Aromatisse, and then also Hoopa-U has naturally much better Spadef. However, his Hoopa-U's gone, which means that perhaps Specs is really good again. Heck, I might even be thinking of Assault Vest, to be honest. That way I can take like a Dragon Pulse really well against his Superior kind of thing. Yeah, why do I have Earth Power on here? That's just a question. I guess it hits Electabuzz, and it's just a coverage move at the end of the day. I mean, Ice Beam, HP Fire, Flash Cannon. Yeah, it just leaves Earth Power as an option, I guess. I can't see it being all too useful. But at the same time, I don't know if there's going to be like... I mean, there's Excadrill. What was I thinking? But yeah, I got that Fizdef Blastoise in the back, because I want to be able to hit pretty hard. Yeah, I like that Talonflame set. I like the Blastoise set now. That'll handle Charizard if necessary. I want to get a... See, there's my battle. And people are looking forward to this battle today, as it is going to determine more of the tournament. So, we're just... What am I doing? I need to... What is it? I need to do a calculator. I just want to make sure that my Blastoise Dragon Pulse will do enough. Defensive Dragon Pulse versus, let's say, a Mega Charizard Bulky Will-O-Wisp. 75 to 89. That does so much damage. Look at that. Scald doesn't to a KO. So then, if he was bulky, then he could be able to stall me out and sweep me potentially. So that's a scary thought. Basically, one of the main thoughts I have now is just, here's another battle I was looking at. That was his last real battle, because this one was just very gimmicky as a joke. Let's see here. Going on. What are my other options that I might consider too bringing? I can see bringing Sableye, because the combination of like Foul Play and Will-O-Wisp are good against him, 100%. It's just, what would I replace? Probably Klefki. Klefki was really good against handling most of what Hoopa U had to offer. It's not so good against... I don't know if it's so good against his team without it. Because I mean, then I get that priority Willow in check, and I don't have Willow on Talonflame, of course, because of its offensiveness. Still, if Charizard has Willow, I'm still kind of screwed in that category. But let's take Sableye. I want to make sure, though. I want to make sure that whether a Foul Play is reduced by burn or not. I don't know how you determine that. Like, it doesn't allow you for the status, does it? Apparently not. But even if it halves my attack, it shouldn't affect Foul Play. So yeah, it should just affect him, right? Let's see. So I mean, if I was to replace something, it would probably be Klefki with Excadrill. Last time I had Flash Cannon, Spikes, Foul Play, T-Wave. Still pretty good. Like, that's still pretty good. I mean, it's not the best set against Excadrill because I just need to Magnetize, but then Sableye as a whole handles Zard better. At the same time, I plan on going to Blastoise to take hits versus Sableye for that kind of situation. No. How do I feel about Musharna? I don't know if I really like Musharna against his team. To be honest, I don't. It's too slow, and it doesn't have great move pool against him. I'd lose momentum. Plus, I already have Latias. Speaking of which, I really want to put Healing Wish on it. However, I can get that on here. Yeah, what I think I want to do is make this bulky. So first, let's get the Healing Wish on here. Second, so I'm thinking of running T-Wave. On this thing. I just worry about Hippowdon as well. I kind of want to scout against that thing, but at the same time, I can just immediately go into something else. So yeah. As of now, I'm going to keep this Kyurem set the way it is. Oh yeah, that's a factor. If I get rid of Klefki, I don't have the greatest handling of Serperior. I mean, I do have Talent Flame, but like, what can Superior run? I mean, obviously I've heard it running HP Rock, and thus that's probably the best move it has against it. But just something to keep in mind, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not gonna run Dougie. Dougie's just not that good against him, to be honest. Hurts Excadrill, sure. Also hurts Zard, but if it's bulky, then I'm kind of screwed unless I run Sub. Which would be kind of cool if I ran like Ground Plate. And like Sub and then Aerial Ace. That's an option. And if I sub down correctly, I could get Reversal to be really strong, actually. Sub, EQ, Aerial Ace, and Reversal. I'm thinking about it now. It just requires to be able to bring in Dougie at the right time. And managing my HP EVs properly. That would mean, though, if I was to do that, like, I kind of like this T-Tar set a lot. Like, I like the Shuka. I don't know. I'm just indifferent right now. I like Latias as a whole. I might have to make that Haban Berry, though, to, like, take a D-Claw from Zard, then T-Wave back. I also just gotta think, like, okay, I do have Sword Stance on this thing, so that's good. I like that. I'm giving a Haban for the case of Dragon Claw and Dragon Pulse from Superior. That way I can T-Wave. That leaves one more option. Obviously this doesn't do very well against Aromatisse, but that's not exactly the goal anyway. I would run Toxic for Hippowdon, but I don't really care about that. I feel like Roost is just not a good move on something that already has Healing Wish. So that's my thoughts there. Could run Defog, I guess. No, I already have Spin. There's like, no, that would be useless. That'd be really dumb. Gosh. Gosh. Protect is not something I will do. I don't know. I don't have great move ideas here. And I could run HP Fire, but is that going to be that good? Granted, I don't have great switch-ins otherwise to things. So, how about Dragon Pulse and Hidden Power Fire, I guess? I can spell. Probably gonna change the EVs on that. So it hits Pharaoh, hits everything except Aromatisse well, and thus I just had to bring something else in on that. Probably would be Talonflame. So I got Talonflame. Latias, want to add more bulk too. I don't really care about speed on this thing. Or attack. I mean, I want it to hit a little bit, but I don't care that much. Like, what is the speed tiers of his stuff? Nothing comes really close. Just Sharpedo can get scary after a little bit, but that's one mon. So Latias, take away the Life Orb. Hidden Power Fire versus Ferrothorn. That does a lot with 184 attack too. What's kind of cool is though, if he has Willow, if I bring Latios in on a Zard, and he goes for Declaw, and then I have that Haban, and then he's like, snap. You know, that'd be amusing. Then I could press T-Way. You know what I'm saying? Like, perhaps I need just enough to outspeed a 100 base hunted. So let's go back to Charizard here. I don't have a ton of time to keep doing this, to be honest. But I kind of want to hit 329. So we do got to do that timid. Okay, 330 is as close as you can get. The rest of it, I want a lot of bulk. Take from both sides. Then I can T-Wave, I can HP Fire. 140 hits pretty hard on a lot of his team, so let's do that. That leaves Klefki and T-Tar. T-Tar has rocks. And like I said, Dougie could be good against him. And it depends how hard Dougie can actually hit with Aerial Ace. Serpa-derp. Same time, Reversal is just gonna hit harder. Reversal. 7.5 to 9.2. That obviously is not what I'm looking for here. Possibly the worst move ever. Let's see. It's base 1 there. Oh, current HP. Let's put 1. 73 to 86. Versus Aerial Ace, 73. Okay, keep some. 44 to 52. Oh, this is also Life Orb, so that doesn't help anyone. Reversal. Okay, 56 to 66. So if I can keep subbing down, perhaps that could work. So my plan of action there would be to use it against Drill, against Electabuzz, technically Sharpedo. Could use it against Zard. That was kind of one of the things I was going for. Zard, Stoutland, Excadrill. What if I even ran the, what's it called? Fist Plate? Looks like you gotta reconnect here. Then Reverse is doing a lot of it. House Handle against Charizard. Bulky. Earthquake. Come on, buddy. I can do this. 50 to 59. That does a lot. To be honest. I want to do this. Like, I kind of really want to do this. I just feel like it's risky because of like rocks could completely harm this option. But I don't know, Reversal does a lot. Even like Superior. Really in a tizzy about this. 68 to 80. If I'm at 1 HP though. I just come in, kill something. Cool. Because no one's going to expect running Chopple against... no one's going to think to run Chopple against a Dougie. I think it's worth the risk. I think it's worth the risk. Now I just need to think, what am I replacing here? Like, my options are running Klefki, Dougie, and Sableye, and T-Tar, and I can pick 2 of them. Is Stealth Rock like particularly great? It's good against Zard and Masquerain. Well, I don't need to run Aerial Ace, so hold on, keep that there for a second. Because I could run EQ, Sub, Stealth Rock, Reversal, and that's all I would need, because I'd hit hard. I'd hit hard. How hard does it hit Ferrothorn? Just curious. Pretty darn hard. Way more than I expected. So let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Dougie. Fist Plate. Arena Trap. EQ. Let's do Sub. EQ. Reversal. And Stealth Rock. So I got Jolly. Okay, how does the math work out? It takes a quarter each time. I need to like legitimately think about this math for a second because this is kind of really important. Let's see. If you have a minimum of 20 or 211. Also, I don't need that much speed. I mean, it's going to be nice to have as much speed as possible, I think. So if I just adjust the IVs, then that is something I'll do. Okay. Like if I have 201 HP, does that work? Is that how that works? If I run 20, 21. Okay. I'm gonna log out of this for a second. Where's my team? Oh, it's Ubers. Not that it matters. Where is it? I'm running out of time. Okay, I think it's working how I want it to. I mean, it is. Just want to make sure it brings me down to 1 HP. And I'll do a calc also right now. If I have 10 HP though, reversal goes down by a lot apparently. Shoot. How about 8? 9. Yep, then it changes. So, and that's 4%. So if I go from 94, I keep losing until I get to like 20. So it's not the best. Point is though, if I can get this set to work, it gonna work. Watch as this does 2. Like actually will, because like multi-scale and quad resist. But yeah, okay, I like this. Because we don't need aerial ace. Still have clef key currently. Don't need T-Tar. We have Dougie. Do we want Sableye? I did a lot more than I expected. At the same time, that's fist plate. Okay. So we still have T-Wave on Klefki, which you could do, or we could run Sableye. Or we could run Sableye. Sableye's good against a lot of his team. Really is. Burns a lot of things. Doesn't do great against Aromatisse, but which is kind of unfortunate because I don't have a lot to handle Aromatisse otherwise. At the same time, it's not like the greatest thing to handle Aromatisse. But then it brings in hazards. I mean, he already has Excadrill for hazards, but plus Dougie allows for mind games, and I really like that. Gosh, I'm scared, dude. It's just such a risky set, but like would totally be effective and definitely not expected. Gosh, no one's gonna run Chople in preparation for Dougie. They might run it. They might run like Shuka, but that's all I'm saying. You can see, like if he brings Hippo, chances are Excadrill is not going to be Scarf. I can trap it. He might think that he'll have Shuka perhaps in preparation for Dougie, but yeah. I just worry about Klefki. I don't think it's so good against his team. I want to run Foul Play for like Zard, but then I'm not like using it to prepare for Zard. I just want to burn things. I want to like knock off items. That's the point of it. Kind of scary against Fletchinder then, but still. I think I'm gonna do... Plus I can make it mixed defenses. I've done that before. Forget which team I prepped against. It was probably wherever Donza is on here. No, that's fully Fizz Def. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. Import. I like this set. Not this. First trap. Okay. and validate. It's valid. Okay. So I think we have the team. Nice Haban, Latias, enough speed to outspeed Jolly 100s. Special set Dougie, like crazy special set Dougie. Cured him, kept the specs. It hits a lot of his team really hard, and I feel it's fine to keep this pretty standard in that sense. I mean, it just takes hits. That's the goal, really. Yeah, it's not meant to outspeed anything. It's just meant to take hits and hit hard back. Kept offensive Talon, mixed defenses Sableye. It has taunt. Okay, I need to think about that. Willow, knockoff, recover. All good to me. It's just about taunt. Do I want taunt? Do I want foul play? Gosh, dang it. Scary, man. This is scary. Be almost good to taunt because of like setup mons he has, and if it comes down to it, I should be able to handle things from that sense. Like, especially if I'm 1v1ing Pharaoh. So perhaps that is good after all. I can burn things and then taunt them if they try another form of attacking me. Yeah, that way it prevents recovery too from like Fletchender, Hippowdon, Aromatisse. Well, it doesn't affect Aromatisse because Aromatisse is incredible. But yeah, other than that, we're good. Got the Healing Wish on deck. We just don't have a lot to handle his Aromatisse, and that's what's scary to me. Not that Klefki was amazing at doing it anyway, but still, definitely something to keep in mind. Okay, everything is level 100, everything has all their moves, everything has the EVs necessary, and we're gonna go from there. So, we'll see you guys in a second when we start, and I mean a second.